Okay, everyone, welcome back, and it's Terry, and this is another edition of An Orchid Today. And as I pointed out yesterday in my video, or the day before in my live, I am going to, this is my Epidendrum Difforme, and it is in desperate need of a repot. I'm just going to put it in another pot, a larger size pot, same kind of pot. You can see the roots are attached through the pot, so I figured it would be best just to put it onto another pot, and I have peanuts in the bottom of that pot. So before I do that, let me give you a little bit of information on what this is. This is my Difforme, which is right there. That's the photo, the picture of a flower right here, and you can see that if I could get it together here, but you can see that it has previously bloomed. It did bloom for me last year, and these are what the spent scapes, they call them scapes, I suppose, as opposed to a sheath. There's another one. But Epidendrum Difforme is right there. Throughout the neotropics, highly variable, Florida to Brazil, Peru. Of course, it's greenish white, chartreuse, succulent looking leaves and plants, high humidity. Throughout the year, they like their roots to dry out. And that's pretty much that. So I'm just going to set this tripod up here and just show you what I'm gonna do and how I'm gonna do that. So what I'm gonna do, it already has the peanuts in the bottom. I'm going to clip these off after I do this, but for now, it's just sitting on the peanuts like such, and you can see that the rim is fairly flush. And so what I'm more or less just gonna do is just stuff the sphagnum down the sides so that those roots on the outside get that moisture that they're seeking. Just gonna do it all the way around so it goes all the way down the side. I might actually, I'll just leave it with the sphagnum because these will not get watered every day. These get watered once a week, year round. So there is no threat of overwatering here. Just tucking it down the sides, and that also tucking it down the sides will keep the pot centered so that not one side is, so the pot stays centered. I'll just leave it there, you know what I mean? I really ought to, probably after this, after I see the roots coming out of here and maybe the plant outgrows this, I will then have to deal with getting some of this old sphagnum out. I know that is going to be an issue, but I will deal with that when the time comes. It still is, it's only been in this pot for about a year. I usually try to get my sphagnum out once a year, so kind of pushing it with this one, but I just don't have time. So, but yeah, I really have grown to like this plant. I was talked into buying it, to be honest. Difforme, the flowers never really struck me as anything interesting, I guess. I'm not sure why. I guess back then, when I was first introduced to Difforme a while back, I sort of was fixated on a few things, and Difforme was not one of them. But I've grown to appreciate this plant and the flower for sure. It really has grown nice for me. Despite some of the neglect that I give it. This definitely is one of those that is neglected. It's not paid so much attention to all the time. Sort of sits in the shade and gets a drink of water every now and then, but is allowed to dry out. But anyway, that's pretty much my repot. Yeah, I'm sure some of you will scoff at me keeping that in there, but trust me, sphagnum really is only a year old, and it'll be fine for now. The plant is still growing. It's got a new growth right there, and all of these are continuing to grow. These growths and are possible to produce one of these, which will hopefully flower to that, or wherever it is. I can't even find it. It's right there. Okay, folks. So I said I was going to show you what this book is, since I always talk about my Bible. And the book is the Illustrated Encyclopedia of Orchids, the author Alex Pridgeon. Okay, that's my video for the day. Seemed like it was more of a blooper video, but that's okay. I'm prone to that from time to time. But anyway, folks, enjoy your orchids. Bye.